All right, got our clearance is checked here. We're ready to go ahead and get our pistons loaded onto our rods. So we got everything just laid out here nice and neat. But first thing we need to do here, we need to make sure our orientation, our pistons are correct. These Molly pistons don't have an orientation dot. Normally you'll see something that will go like towards the front of the engine. You put that dot towards the front, but luckily we have valve reliefs here, so you want to keep these valve reliefs up on the top. So we'll go ahead and get them loaded onto our rods. Now another thing to remember is on these LS rods, you see there's a chamfered side and a flat side. See a difference there? Now the chamfer needs to go towards the crank journal side. Now what that means is, like, so for piston 1, we're just sitting here, this is going to be towards the front of the engine. Now when they put your other rod in, basically, I guess the easier way to explain this is you want to put the two flat sides together. Set you down for a second. Our flat side, this is number 2. So there's a flat side there for number 1. They go on the crank like this. The flats need to be to each other. Very important, or else they'll probably spin some bearings and whoever knows what's gonna, or who else knows what could happen. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our spiral locks put in. We'll go ahead and start putting these things together. All right, got you guys set up here. Now, here's these spiral locks. Well, these are C-clips, not spiral locks, thankfully. The spiral locks are terrible. These are nice to use. So we go ahead, the lock needs to get set inside this groove right here. Might be hard for you guys to see, but it's easier to go ahead and get one put in, and then we'll go ahead and put on our wrist pin and rod. So let's need to get the first one set in here. This is my first one I'm doing here, so like anything, I'm sure it's going to be a little tricky. Hopefully I don't scrape off all my thermal coating right away. That'd be annoying. But damn. Thing's got some tension. I might try this orange plastic tip because I really don't like, scraping all this coating off this thing. And I also don't want to put a frickin' metal screwdriver through my thumb. Well, that's good. Not. There we go. Stupid idea. Probably not going to work. Yep, that's a negatory. What the hell? Try this action. Okay. Let's see here. This might work, might not. Might fly out and hit me right in my eyes because I don't have my safety squints on. Might be getting somewhere. What a pain in the arse. There. Okay, we're almost there. Jeez Louise. Bingo. Wow, what a pain. Big deal. But all right, see, we got that in there. I don't know if you guys can see that groove in there. Here. Here's my super bright light. Sits right there and right inside that groove. Thing's got a lot of tension on it, which is actually a good thing, because we don't want our freaking wrist pin sliding out. That'd be incredibly silly. So, okay. Piston 1. It's in there. Like I said, we got to remember our chamfer goes towards the crank side of the journal. Valve reliefs go up top. So it's going to go in here like this. how this orientation is going to be. So get some assembly lube. I'm just going to double check everything. Bob reliefs there. Chamfer to this side. I don't like that. Now that is a fit. Okay. Wow, that thing fits nice and firm there. It scrapes all that frickin' assembly lube right off there, so I'm gonna push out a little bit. I'm actually gonna lube the inside of the wrist pin bushing. Maybe if I can get my fingers out. Just so it's not fucking completely dry, you know? Okay. Bing. Okay, there's one. Go back in here. Toss in our wrist pin or circlip. Put this back on. This might be so cold. Frick. Seems like these clips are always easier to take out than they are to put in. I'm not looking forward to doing this 16 or 14 more times. Damn. Maybe I just gotta stop being such a sissy with it. Sure, there's a technique to this thing that I'm not aware of. See, there's a minuscule chance that we can use our new icon set. See, I have very low hopes of this working because I got, you know, a round clip and round fellows here, and all my needle nose that I have are garbage. So let's see if we can slingshot this thing across the shop that I can lose it and I can give up and go to Texas for the weekend. Yeah, that's gonna be not gonna happen. There's no way. Yeah, that's stupid. That was even a dumb idea to even try. I just feel like there's gotta be a better way to do this fucking thing, Jesus, without launching a fucking screwdriver through my face. Well, maybe that's kind of part of it. I'm using a fucking flathead that's broken off at an angle, like a ramp. Okay. This is really fun. I love building this stuff. I'm gonna try this Torx bit. It's got a flat on the front. Maybe that'll help us out. You know, these things are a lot like the retaining clips for cat forklifts that hold in the spherical bearing on the tie rod. And there's our terrible, every time I do them, well, normally I can get them in. This thing is just freaking tough. Which It's probably a lot more spring tension trying to hold in a wrist pin as opposed to breaking this little tie rod bushing on a forklift. Probably not that big of a deal. God fucking bitch, dude. I'm getting angry. The anger sharks are swimming in my head. It's like it just doesn't want to go. Fuck. Okay. Put on some safety glasses because I can really see this thing becoming a projectile right into my fucking cornea. And that would make my weekend just fantastic. Sorry for all the belly ache in here. Man. So I was like, yeah, we'll just put some wrist pins in and put herself together an engine. And this is probably the easiest thing of the project I have to do yet. I really thought we had it. I'm glad I'm recording this so you guys can see me just fucking hate life. God damn it. Jesus. You know, this might call for me making a special tool, which means sacrificing another one, but hell, if it frickin' saves me from having a struggle bus this whole time, I will fucking sacrifice any tool. Anything. Alright, we're gonna pause here. Alright guys, I successfully ruined a screwdriver. I went ahead and kind of cut a little bit of a notch into that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Of course, this camera doesn't want to focus ever for anything I want to do. Focus. Here, you guys can kind of see what we did here. Kind of cut a little bit of a notch here. Hopefully that's enough to grab this spiral clip without launching the bitch across the shop. I'm sitting here gouging out this frickin' piston. Well, no. What a fucking pain in the ass, dude. Jesus. Why does it just not want to go? Just don't understand. It just hits like a rock. Okay. Damn. What a fucker. Almost. Not quite yet. That's what you want to do, man. Oh, Jesus. Man, that came out terrible. Fucking chowdered my fucking piston up the hell. But, okay, whatever. Moving on. Successfully connected. That sucked. Everything is fully seated in there. So, just gotta do that fucking 16 more times and we're good to go. Jeez. We'll go ahead and get our rings loaded up as well. Speed number 2. All right, let's go ahead and get our lock in on this side. It's easier when you don't have the wrist pin, and that's fine because you can just kind of push it in like this and just swing it up top, and it goes together easy. Well, barely easy. Just kind of push it in. See, it's not that big a deal on this. But I will use plastic on this one. It's not scraping up the inside of the bore. You know, by the time you do these things, I'm sure you'll have a technique figured out just when you're doing your very last one, but whatever. I just don't like scraping up the inside of these fucking spots. We're almost there. Damn. Okay, that is for sure locked. What a bastard. Okay. Next. Top of the piston. It's going to be like this. Oriented engine, because it's cylinder number 2. Chamfer needs to go towards a crank journal, so it's going to go like this. Lube up everything. Double check. Valve release on the top side. Chamfer needs to go towards the back. Like this. There, let's get everything slid into position here. Well, that's a nice fit. Okay. Double check. That's it. Valve release on top. Chamfer towards the crank side. I'll be triple checking that stuff every time I do this. Just so you know, we do it once, because those spiral clips are a bastard. Don't want to do it again. So you go take your very hard to get into spiral lock and goop it up in the assembly lube so it's damn near impossible to hold on to. And then we'll take our extremely marring tool and chowder everything up. Ow! Fuck! That hurt. God damn it. Slingshot it across the shop. Motherfucker. I hear people always say, oh, those spiral locks are terrible, they're so hard to use, and C-clips are so much easier. I don't fucking know, man. This sucks. Get mad again. All right. Time for a coffee break. All right, got a few left. I finally figured out a little bit of a technique here. It's still, you know, real pain in the ass, but it's kind of get your clip started and start pushing it in, slowly working it around. And your thumbs will be absolutely cooked after doing this. But that's what you gotta do. Real pain. Push it, work it, maybe. Of course, Got the other ones doing all right. As soon as I turn on the camera, I start struggling again. Yeah, performance anxiety. There we go. Oh. Oh, fuck. Just had it. Oh, motherfucker, dude. That's it. After this, we're just gonna build electric fucking cars. I don't care. Just kidding. Maybe. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Come to Papa. Okay. There we are. Last little bit. Bingo. Fuck that. That sucks. All right. 2 more left.